So we are going to begin with the animal kingdom in today's class, and in animal kingdom हम क्या क्या पढ़ेंगे. First of all, the characteristic features. Listen to what I am saying very carefully. If you have any questions, you know that we can always discuss on our WhatsApp group and over here in the class as well. Chat box mein it's open. You can write if I'm going so too fast or if there is any confusion. Do let me know. Now, animal kingdom is the biggest kingdom out of the 5 kingdoms that we are studying. When I say it's animal kingdom, so obviously it means that this kingdom is composed of all the animals. And when I talk about animals, this means that animals are unicellular or okay. Just wait. Mahat says that he didn't understand MCQ number 3. This was MCQ number 3, Mahat. Most primitive vascular plants. Most primitive vascular plants, beta. Mosses are not vascular plants. Cycads are not vascular plants. Kelps to plants ही नहीं हैं. They are algae. When we were doing kingdom protest, I told you that giant kelps are those type of algae which occur in colonies. तो बचा क्या Mahat? बचा सिर्फ ferns. Ferns are the vascular plants. They consist of well-developed vascular system. That means they have xylem and phloem present. I hope it's clear, Mahad. Let's move on. Okay. Kingdom Animalia. So obviously they are multicellular organisms. Thank you, Mahad. They are multicellular organisms, and when I say they are multicellular organisms, so their super kingdom is eukaryote. So all animals are eukaryotic, multicellular organisms. Now, what makes the animal kingdom different from kingdom Plantae? Plants, they have a cell wall. Kingdom Animalia, the organisms in Kingdom Animalia, they do not have a cell wall. They are all categorized as heterotrophic on the basis of their nutrition. That is because they lack chlorophyll. They lack chlorophyll and they cannot manufacture their own food. So they are categorized as heterotrophs. Plant kingdom. Yes, Ayan Khan, they depend on other for food. Umar is saying, yes, the plant cells, they have a fixed shape, and animal cells, they have an irregular shape. And I'm talking about the characteristic features of this kingdom. So first and foremost, multicellular organism. Belong to the super kingdom, eukaryotes. Classified as heterotrophs on the basis of their mode of nutrition. Why heterotrophs? Because they are dependent on plants directly or indirectly. They lack chlorophyll, thus cannot manufacture their own food. Now, this kingdom Animalia is the largest kingdom. Over here on your screens, you can see that kingdom Animalia is divided into 9 classes, 9 phylums. So it's huge. It's huge. Okay. 9 phylums of kingdom Animalia. Here are the names of the 9 phylums. Phylum Porifera, phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Please, I know the names are very new. They might be very difficult. They might sound very boring, but we have to do. Beta, is the screen visible? Ahmed Zain is saying that I cannot see the screen. Can anyone tell me if the screen is visible? Can you see phyla of kingdom Animalia on your screens? Students, can anyone please reply? It's visible. Okay, thank you, thank you. Emma Jen, there might be some problem with your internet, beta. It's visible. Thank you. So, phyla of kingdom. Thank you, Ayan. Acha ji. So, there are 9 phyla in kingdom Animalia. Phylum Porifera, phylum Cnidaria, or we call phylum Cnidaria as phylum Coelenterata. Then we have phylum Platyhelminths. Then we have the phylum Nematoda. Then we have phylum Annelida, phylum Mollusca, phylum Arthropoda, Echinodermata, and last phylum is phylum Chordata. Now, why I have mentioned Arthropoda and Chordata with a larger font and with red color? It is because in our CIE 23 syllabus, we have to cover these two major phylums in detail. Like 9 में से हमने 7 को डिटेल में नहीं करना. किन को डिटेल में करना है? We have to do Arthropoda and we have to do Chordata, to which we human beings belong, in detail. But we should know what are the other 7 phylums, कौन से organisms हैं जो इन phylum में lie कर रहे हैं. So let's move on. Phylum Porifera. Porifera, as the name itself indicates, it means porous organisms. So Porifera, it consists of those organisms which have holes in their body, which are porous. And what could be the examples of such organisms? Sponges are the examples of organisms which belong to phylum Porifera. Next, phylum Cnidaria. We pronounce it as phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Coelenteratus is a Greek word. It is derived from the word kilos. Coelenteratus is a Greek word and it is derived from this word kilos, and kilos means hollow bellied. Is that clear? Coelenterata is derived from a Greek word kilos, and kilos means hollow bellied. Now, which type of organisms are belonging to phylum Cnidaria? Those organisms that have hollow body cavity. Their body cavities are hollow. Some of the organisms belonging to phylum Cnidaria live in colonies, such as the corals or the sea anemones. दोनों नाम याद होंगे. We had done these two names in junior 3 when we were doing rainforests of the sea, the coral reefs. So corals and the sea anemones, they belong to phylum Cnidaria. Sponges belong to phylum Porifera. Next, phylum Platyhelminths. Now, platyhelminths, they are commonly known as the flatworms. और flatworms में कौन सी example है हमारे पास platyhelminths में? The tapeworm. No, Ayan, they do not have a stomach. If we talk about phylum Cnidaria, they have a hollow body cavity. Then phylum Platyhelminths, they are commonly known as the flatworms, and they include the tapeworm. The tapeworm, आपने सुना होगा, the worm that is present commonly in the human intestine as well. Then the next is phylum Nematoda. It consists of roundworms, the worms which are round. यहाँ पर pictures भी इसलिए attach की हुई हैं ताकि आपको अच्छे से clear हो सके. So phylum Platyhelminths, flatworms, phylum Nematoda, roundworms. And examples of phylum Nematoda, one of the major example of phylum Nematoda is Ascaris. Ascaris. Okay. Then we have another phylum out of these 9 phylums, phylum Annelida. Annelida are again worms. Which type of worms? They are segmented worms or ringworms. Segmented या ringed worms. कौन सी examples हो सकती हैं? The very common earthworm or leeches. So in phylum Annelida, we have segmented or ringed worms. In phylum Platyhelminths, we have the flatworms. In phylum Nematoda, we have the roundworms. I hope it's clear up till here. Let's move on to phylum Mollusca. Now, phylum Mollusca, it consists of a large group of animals. The animals which belong to this phylum, Mollusca, they have well developed organs and they have well developed organ systems as well. And as you can see the picture over here, some of the examples belonging to phylum Mollusca, they include the snails and the octopus. The snails and octopus belong to phylum Mollusca. Then we have phylum Echinodermata. Again, this word, this term Echinodermata is derived from a Greek word, echeinos. This term Echinodermata is derived from a Greek word echeinos, and this means hedgehog. Echeinos means hedgehog. Hedgehog देखा है आप लोगों ने कभी? Spikes होते हैं उसके. So this word echeinos means hedgehog and derma means skin. So echinoderms means spiny skinned animals. Echino means hedgehog, derma means skin, and echinoderms means spiny skinned animals. Okay. नेवला, yes, नेवला भी कहते हैं इसको hedgehog को. Then comes the major phylum, phylum Arthropoda. ये हमने डिटेल में करना है. Now, phylum Arthropoda. Arthropods, they are invertebrates. Invertebrates means they do not have a backbone. Yes, Ayan, hedgehog lives on land, but this group, Echinodermata, it contains organisms such as the sea urchins and the starfish. But the shape, if we talk about the structure of these organisms belonging to phylum Echinodermata, the structure is like hedgehog. The word itself, the Greek word echinos itself means hedgehog. Okay, so structure की बात करें. Yes, they are aquatic. Now, phylum Arthropoda. Arthropods are invertebrates. They have an exoskeleton. Exoskeleton means skeleton outside their body. हमारा जो skeleton है, that is an endoskeleton. That means skeleton inside the body. They have a segmented body. They have paired and jointed appendages. Arthropods form the phylum Euarthropoda as well, and that includes insects, arachnids, myriapods, and crustaceans. अभी हम आगे कर लेते हैं. कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स में एंड क्लासिफिकेशन में और क्लियर हो जाएगा फाइलम आर्थ्रोपोडा की क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं. आर्थ्रोपोड, द वर्ड आर्थ्रोपोड. Okay, Irha, that's fine. Arthropod, the word itself, it means jointed legs. So animals which have jointed appendages belong to this phylum. Okay. Phylum Arthropoda, it consists of invertebrates. I'll go slow. Marjan says to slow down, so I'll go slow. Phylum Arthropoda. Appendages. Appendages means hands and legs, beta. Appendages. Appendages. Here, Umar. ठीक है? So they have jointed legs, or you can say jointed appendages. So organisms with jointed legs, they belong to phylum Arthropoda. Out of these 9 phylums that we just saw on our screens, this phylum Arthropoda is the largest phylum in the animal kingdom. Animal kingdom is the largest kingdom in all 5 kingdoms. Phylum Arthropoda is the largest phylum of the animal kingdom. Now, organisms or animals belonging to this phylum Arthropoda, another characteristic feature is they are bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical का क्या मतलब है? किसी को पता है? Does anyone know what does bilaterally symmetrical mean? Nobody knows what is bilaterally symmetrical means. Yes, Mahat, please speak. Mahat, what is
Ma'am,
bilaterally?
it means that the left, if divided from the middle, the left and right side are equally like mirrored.
Exactly. Like if we divide our body from the center, the left and the right side would be exactly the same. So bilaterally symmetrical, they are bilaterally symmetrical. इसका मतलब है अगर इन्हें बीच में से काट दिया जाए तो इनकी लेफ्ट और राइट साइड्स बिल्कुल सेम होंगी. जैसे अगर एक ह्यूमन बीइंग को बीच में से काट दिया जाए, अगर आप अपने स्कल से एक मार्क लगाएं and you go on, so your both of your sides would be same. You have one eye on the left hand side, one eye on the right hand side, one nostril on the left hand side, one nostril on the right hand side, one hand on the left hand side, one hand on the right hand side, and so on. So this is what bilaterally symmetrical means. इसी तरह अगर एक square, a figure, if we talk about mathematics, square को center में से cut कर दें तो both the sides would be bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, I hope it's clear. So organisms belonging to phylum Arthropoda, they are bilaterally symmetrical. They have an exoskeleton like spiders, etc. Yes, Mahat. They have an exoskeleton, that means skeleton outside their body. Then they have a segmented body. They have well differentiated organs and organ system. They have exoskeleton, they have jointed appendages, they have segmented body, they have well differentiated organs and organ system. But the circulatory system, if we talk about the circulatory system, their circulatory system is an open circulatory system. If we talk about our circulatory system of humans, it's a closed circulatory system. Open और closed में फर्क सिर्फ इतना है बेटा कि closed circulatory system में blood is flowing inside the blood vessels, whereas in an open circulatory system there are no blood vessels. Instead, there is a cavity for flowing of blood. So if we talk about arthropods, they have an open circulatory system. And now organisms that belong to this phylum, they consist of spiders, they consist of butterflies and other different insects. Now one by one we'll talk about the classification. This phylum Arthropoda is further classified into these four classes. Bilaterally symmetrical, it applies to external organs. Yes, Ayan. Okay. If we talk about the classes of phylum Arthropoda, yes, you have studied in class 5, Mahad, I know. But over here, we are going to do a little bit detail. These four classes come under phylum Arthropoda. The crustaceans, example, the prawns, the myriapods, like the centipedes and millipedes. Yes, Umar, open circulatory system means no blood vessels, no arteries, no veins, no capillaries. So four classes: crustacea, myriapods, arachnids, and insecta. One by one, we'll take each of these classes in detail. The crustaceans. Here on your screens, you can see an organism which belongs to class Crustacea. Now, like all the arthropods, this class also has an exoskeleton. It also has jointed legs. If you can see this diagram on your screens clearly, you can, if you're on your phones, you can also zoom this diagram. You will see that they have two pairs of antenna. नजर आ रहे हैं second antenna एक label हुआ हुआ एक first antenna. So they have two pairs of antenna and they have compound eyes. Compound eyes का क्या मतलब है? Compound eyes means that the eyes are made up of tens or hundreds of separate lenses and they have many lenses inside their eyes. That means they have compound eyes. Okay. So what could be the characteristic features? Exoskeleton हो गया, They have two pairs of antenna. They have compound eyes. Now, some of the crustaceans are marine crustaceans. Water में रहते हैं, marine crustaceans like the crabs, the prawns, the lobsters, the shrimps. Compound eyes, they are helping to find their prey. Predator prey relationship पढ़ी है ना हमने, तो इनकी adaptation है compound eyes अयान. Okay. So this class Crustacea, it consists of marine crustaceans like the crabs, the prawns, the lobsters, and the shrimps. Then we have freshwater crustaceans as well. Then we have land dwelling crustaceans like the woodlice. So we have marine, freshwater, and land dwelling crustaceans. And if we talk about the characteristics of arthropods in general, they have exoskeleton, jointed legs, compound eyes, and two pairs of antenna. Done? Compound eyes, they have compound eyes. It means that there are many lenses, hundreds of lenses in their eyes. हमारी eyes में lens होता है ना बेटा, तो इनकी एक lens होता है हमारी eye में. If we talk about the eyes of arthropods, particularly crustaceans, they have compound eyes. They have many lenses in their eyes. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to the next class, that is myriapods. Here on your screen, you can see a myriapod. Now, what are myriapods? The organisms which belong to segmented means segments में divide हुआ हुआ है. जैसे ये myriapod अभी आपको नजर आ रहा है अहमद, you can see that it is divided into many segments. बहुत सारी segments हैं ये देखो on your screens. So many segments. Within each segment there are so many legs as well. Okay. Now over here myriapods. अब इनकी क्या, इनमें कौन से organisms आ रहे हैं? Centipedes and millipedes, they belong to the class myriapods. Now, what are the characteristic features? They have a segmented body. They also have a head. Okay, they have a segmented body. They have many legs. They have one pair of antenna, and they have simple eyes. They do not have compound eyes. They have simple eyes. Is that clear? Am I going too fast? I'm repeating it again. Myriapods में हमारे पास आ गए millipedes और centipedes. इनकी segmented body है. A pair of leg is on each segment of the body. तो सोचें अगर 100 segments हैं body में, तो a pair on leg on each, a pair of leg on each segment means 200 legs हो गई. So that is why we call them as millipedes. Millions legs, centipedes, hundreds of legs. So centipedes and millipedes are in class myriapods. They have segmented body. They have simple eyes and they have one pair of antenna. Correct? Now let's move on to the next class. That is insecta. सारे insects, जितने कीड़े मकोड़े हैं, all belong to class insecta. It is a very large class of arthropods. What are included? Bees, butterflies, mosquitoes, houseflies. Yeah, housefly देख रहे हैं. We have green flies, we have beetles. So many examples can be taken in class insecta. Butterflies, bees, mosquitoes, houseflies, green flies, beetles. They all belong to class insecta. Insects के बारे में आपने class 5 में बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा हुआ है. Can anyone recall what you have already studied in your primary classes about insects? Their body is divided into 3 parts. What are those 3 parts? किसी को कुछ याद नहीं है? Yes. Yes, Ahmed.
Ma'am, abdomen, thorax, and head.
Good. Insect's body is divided into 3 parts: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. Again, they also have segmented bodies. They also have exoskeleton. Their legs are jointed. They also have compound eyes. That means इनकी eyes में भी एक से ज़्यादा lens मौजूद है. Typically, they have 2 pairs of wings. Okay. So insects की body is divided into 3 parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. They have compound eyes. They have 2 pairs of wings, and they have jointed legs. Now, most of the characteristics of insects are similar to crustaceans, but insects differ from crustacea in having wings only and 1 pair of antenna. Insects के 1 pair of antenna, 2 pair of wings, and 3 pairs of legs. Crustaceans में 2 pairs of antennas होते हैं. There are no wings in crustaceans. बाकी जो compound eyes हैं वो insects में भी हैं और वो crustaceans में भी हैं. Okay. So that was about insects. Now let's move to the next class, that is arachnids. Here on your screen, you can see an external feature, a diagram showing external features of an arachnid. What are included in arachnids? The spiders, the scorpions, the mites, and ticks. Spiders, बहुत common name है, सुना हुआ है. Scorpions भी सुना हुआ है. Then I said mites, and then I said ticks. So these are the organisms which are belonging to arachnids class of phylum Arthropoda. Again, their body is like insect's body is divided into 3 parts. Their body is divided into 2 parts. And what are the names? It's all scary stuff. Okay. Yes, it's scary stuff, Marjan. Their body, the arachnid's body, it's divided into 2 parts: the abdomen, and instead of thorax, they have a cephalothorax. Their body is divided into 2 parts: the cephalothorax and the abdomen. Now they have 4 pairs of limbs on the cephalothorax. 4 pairs of limbs or legs means 8 legs. Spider की 8 legs होती है ना? So they have 4 pairs of limbs on the cephalothorax. Then over here you can see a pedipalp as well. This pedipalp is an organ in arachnids which helps in reproduction. And they have several pairs of simple eyes. Okay, this was all about arachnids. अब हम जल्दी से recall कर लेते हैं कि हमने आज क्या पढ़ा है. हमने arthropods को डिटेल में पढ़ा है. We have done 4 classes of arthropods, namely crustaceans, myriapods, arachnids, and insects. Now over here in this table, I'm showing you how the characteristic features in bullet points of all these 4 classes. So जो कुछ भी हमने पढ़ा है वो इसमें summarized हुआ है. Just take a moment and look at